When we think about water in California, we often focus on what we can see: the snowpack, the reservoirs, and the aqueducts. But there's a major part of the water supply that we don't see, and that's because it's hidden under the surface. It's called groundwater. Now, we aren't talking about any huge underground lakes here. Groundwater is water that fills spaces and cracks within soil and rock. It's kept in place by a less permeable rock layer, such as bedrock in this case. You can actually see that on the bottom. We reach the groundwater by drilling wells, and we pump the water to the surface. California actually gets as much as 40% of its water this way, but that's also presented a major issue. The groundwater isn't unlimited, and years of drought and in some cases decades of little regulation on usage have allowed for overpumping of the groundwater, causing the levels to fall. Urbanized areas have also changed how groundwater is replenished. As rain falls, it actually goes into the storm drains or gets stuck above the pavement. You can see it's not really soaking through into the aquifer here, unlike the open area where water's allowed to percolate back into the aquifer, allowing the levels to come back up. So what happens as the water level ends up dropping? Well, first of all, some of the wells, like the one we just drilled right here, end up running dry, meaning that we have to deepen the wells or new wells have to be drilled in order to reach the water. In some cases, though, continued overpumping can also lead to subsidence. You see, water actually helps to hold the ground up, and without that, the soil and the rocks end up compressing and the land sinks. This actually has been a huge problem in the Central Valley and is unfortunately not reversible. The more the land compresses, the less water you can store. If you look right here in the aquifer, you can see we have less space now. So remember to conserve water, not just to help the water that we can see, but also the water that's below our feet.